Romero dribbles it up, tosses it into the left corner. Polzinski back out to Wilson. Skip pass near side for Thompson. Thompson closed out well by Hayes. Swing it around the perimeter. Down into the corner for Romero. Romero skips back out to the right side. Through the hands of Wilson. Wilson got away with the extra dribble. Back up top to Thompson. Near sideline Polzinski. Polzinski to drive into traffic. Loses it into the hands of Mira for Clackamas. Coming straight down the middle of the floor. Mira takes it all the way to the 10. Flips it up with a right hander from the left side. Jordan Thomas has the rebound and missed everything. Minute gone in the second quarter. Bulldogs trailing by 5. Romero racing into the front court. Splits 2 defenders down right side. Big body block and a foul. And Romero a little bit worse for wear underneath the hoop. And then right on the right block where the foul was committed by Sierra James. She was also a little bit shaken. The two converged, and James, not set, picks up her second foul. It's the 17th foul on the Cavaliers, so Hermiston in the bonus the rest of the way. The Bulldogs have just one foul to give here in the first half. 6:52 left in the period, and Hermiston's foul shooting woes continue as Romero misses her first and has one more. Hannah Thompson out, Sydney Stephanie will come back in. Chance to cut the Clackamas lead down to 4, and Romero will. The sophomore point guards got 4 now, and it's 16-12 in favor of Clackamas. 6:45 left first half. Around a double high pick, Mira trips. The ball rolls out of bounds on the baseline, and Sydney Stephanie thought about coming to get it, but left it anyways. Kind of wonder if maybe Larry Usher, the athletic director down there on the baseline, was telling her to let it go. Nobody was around her. And Hermiston possesses. Down by 4. Polzinski into the lane. Comes across the right side. +1. Takes it all the way from left lane to right. And has it on the block to go in. Chance for the three-point play after the foul committed by Kalani Hayes, her second. Polzinski's first points of the game. And the foul shot. Hermiston 2 of 7 from the line right now. Polzinski, deep knee bend, misses it off to the right, bounces into the hands of Hayes. Hermiston down by just 2. 16-14 with 6:22 left in the first half. Hayes at the top of the key. Looking inside, holding. 5-second call. She puts it on the floor just before anybody whistled it. Clackamas. Down inside, turnaround for James, blocked by Thomas out of bounds.
That's what she's got to do. Go straight up as much as she can. That's all she did was went up there, and the shot was brought to her hand.
6:06 left in the second quarter. 2-point lead for the Cavaliers. They look to add on to it. Lob to half court. James will bring it back into the attacking half. Lobbed inside to Hayes. She got past Polzinski and lays it in. 12 points now for Kalani Hayes, the junior post. And it's an 18-14 lead for Clackamas. 5:49 left in the second quarter. Polzinski up top to Sydney Stephanie. Hands off to Romero. Top of the key 3. Way off to the left. James has the rebound on essentially an air ball. Just hit the bottom of the backboard. Hayes will bring it to the front court. Racing down onto the right lane. Clackamas spins out of the block. Back down inside. Easy turnaround too for Kalani Hayes. 14 points now for Hayes. She had 13 their last time out in a 56-37 win against Lincoln. Fouled down inside as Mira had picked up a steal. Instead, she's called for the harm. 19 foul to put Jaslyn Romero at the line to shoot 1 and 1. Maddie Wilson out. Hannah Thompson will replace her. You know, the interesting thing is you only have so many quarters with the freshman Paige Polzinski because she played most of the JV game. So I would expect that you're going to get a lot of her out on the court during this quarter just to get the most bang for your buck. The free throw shows woes continue to show for Hermiston. But Hermiston gets an offensive rebound. Left corner for Hannah Thompson. Thompson will drive in, floater in the lane, gets the shooter's roll. Hannah Thompson with a member's bounce cuts the Clackamas lead back down to 4. 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Between the circles, Mira throws near sideline pass. Hayes, who tries to save it in, out of bounds. dribbled it off of the sideline right in front of Juan Rodriguez, the second-year head coach, pacing back and forth in front of his bench, setting up another offensive set. Hoping Hermiston can execute, but first, a timeout for Corey Landel and the Clackamas Cavaliers with 4:51 left in the second quarter. It's a 30-second timeout with the Cavaliers lead at 20-16. Hermiston, after trailing 8-1 early and being down by as much as 10 in the first quarter, they're being particularly pesky right now with just high energy.
Yeah, they are, Palczynski came in and gave them that high energy, and now everybody's picking up on it, and that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get their offense started with that aggressiveness. Hermiston's very lucky. They've got 12 turnovers already in this first half. 10 in the first quarter that did not help their cause whatsoever, and half of those turnovers were the ones that we'd like to call unforced errors that the defense did not help us out on.
Jazz and Romero bring it into the front court for Hermiston as they trail 20-16 out of the timeout. Romero drives to the baseline. James, partial block. Palczynski goes down to the floor and ties up Clackamas.
There's that aggressiveness right there. She's not afraid to go and step in and go for a grapple, and came up with the turnover for Hermiston.
Romero lobs it into the lane for Thomas. Back out to Stephanie. Extra pass left side for Romero. Top of the key, Palczynski. Palczynski will drive down the right side, flips it up over the top of Clackamas. And now Palczynski on the near sideline turns it over. Stepped out of bounds as she tried to pirouette and stay in play. Olivia Morris is going to come back into the game, and Clackamas is going to come out. 4:26 left in the second quarter, 20-16 the score, as Mira brings it into the front court. Yo-Yo's with the right hand down into the right wing, picks up the dribble, bounces it inside to James. James stuck under the basket, flings it back out, right elbow, picked up, back iron off for Bankifer, and a foul on the rebound. We're going the other direction. And in fact, we're going the other direction for a double bonus as Kalani Hayes picks up her third personal foul. So 14 points, but 3 fouls for her. And she's going to have to come out probably for the final 4-11 here in the second quarter. As Savannah Duarte is called back into the game. Paige Palczynski was the one who was harmed on the rebound. So she is at the line. She shoots 2. 10 team fouls now on the Cavaliers, 5 for Hermiston. Bulldogs still have that 1 foul to give in the first half before Clackamas is in the bonus. And Palczynski makes her first foul shot this trip for 2. This one could cut the lead down to 2 with 4:11 left in the second quarter. The score is Clackamas 20, Hermiston 17. The shot was short. Jordan Thomas the rebound. Into the right corner, gives to Thompson. Lobs back up, Stephanie. Whips to the left side for Romero. Romero hands off to Palczynski. Top of the key. Thompson for 3. Knocks it down, ties the game. 20 apiece with 3:55 left in the second quarter on the Hannah Thompson three-point shot. Her second made bucket of the game. She's got a team-high 10. Duarte at the top of the key, hands off to Mira, circling out onto the left wing against Palczynski. Man-to-man defense for Hermiston. Inside, Thomas against James. James kicks it back out. Long 3, Bankifer, off iron left. Palczynski gets the rebound, flings it hard, and Stephanie was like a foot away from her. Stephanie somehow keeps it. Stephanie gets it back for Miro. Up to the right wing for Thompson. Thompson out to Stephanie. Stephanie will drive, kick to Thompson, three-pointer, back iron, and the rebound, James tips it, and in the backcourt, a foul by Stephanie as she rammed into Olivia Morris. That's the 6th-team foul on Hermiston. There was the foul to give. It's Stephanie's second. We're tied at 20 with 3:18 left in the second quarter. Hannah Thompson making a case for our Player of the Game honors, brought to you by Delish Bistro. We'll select that after the game's over. Travel by James coming into the lane. I think that Jordan Thomas's defense has gotten into Sierra James' head a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, she's doing the right thing. She's going straight up and not reaching. And, you know, whenever you get in somebody's bucket like that, you can definitely mess them up.
Hermiston breaks the full court pressure. Romero flings it back to the top of the key. Thompson out left side for Polzinski. Gives into the corner. Romero open corner three. Off iron into the hands of James, and Thomas called for a rebounding foul. That's the 7th, so Sierra James will walk to the other end of the floor and has a 1-and-1 opportunity.
Number 34 for Hermiston, Jordan Thomas, her second personal foul. That's the 7th team foul.
Clackamas is 0 for 2 from the line with 2:47 left in the second quarter. Sierra James, who has 1 basket in this contest, is going to try to give them the lead back. We're knotted at 20 in this non-conference affair at Hermiston High School. And now James breaks that tie with the first foul shot made. Clackamas going to host Skyview out of Washington, out of Vancouver, Washington, on Thursday. Then their next action is the Nike Interstate Shootout after Christmas. Stephanie through Thomas's hands into the left corner, picked up by Morris. Both were good by James, by the way. It's 22-20 with 2.5 minutes left in the first half. Right side for Mira. Mira dribbles, step back three, off iron right. Duarte rebounds in traffic, has it tipped out of her hands. Stephanie flying down the court with a 2-on-2. Stephanie spins out and lobs it back towards half court. Thompson flips over to the left side for Romero. Whips back up top to Stephanie down the right lane. She's fouled, no walked on her way in. Traveling violation will give it back to Clackamas. They lead by 2 with 2:15 left in the second quarter. Mira jogs it into the front court. The junior guard slows up between the circles. Yo-yos with her right hand and stares down Thompson. She wants to drive against her. Draws a double team. Flips left. Block out by James. Rebounded by Thomas. She'll give to Romero. Romero jogging down the far sideline. Whips it into the left wing for Thompson. Thompson picks up her dribble. Lobs it back to Romero. Romero tosses it back out to Stephanie around the perimeter. Gives to Thompson in the right corner. Thompson drives, picks up her dribble, stuck now, flips it back out to Sydney Stephanie. Rifles one up top to Polzinski. Polzinski, couple of dribbles, loses her handles, back out to Thompson. 1:34 left in the second quarter. And Hermiston will back it back out, give to Jaslyn Romero in the jump circle and reset down 22-20. Romero out into the right wing, hands off to Stephanie. Skip pass far side to Polzinski. Bounces off of her hands, but she keeps the dribble on the far sideline. Probing against Duarte. She'll drive, has it poked out of her hands by Morris and picked up by Clackamas. Lobbed up court to Morris. She'll take it to the tin with an easy lay and her first points of the game. 24-20 with a minute left in the first half. Thompson needs somewhere to get it in. Bounces it under the hands of James to Polzinski. She's fouled on the far sideline. Hit on the arm. Morris and James are both in the area. Was it Morris? Was it James? Oh, it was Sierra James. It's her third. So she has 3 fouls. Kalani Hayes has 3 fouls. And with 53.2 seconds left, that's the 11th foul called against Clackamas. Paige Polzinski at the line. 2 foul shots coming. She is 2 of 4 right now from the charity stripe. A hush over the crowd, just the shaking together of the pom-poms and, of course, my voice, which we've established in games. You can hear on the other side when nobody's talking. It's just us and the camera people from Clackamas really making any noise. And Sonny is far more polite during the foul shots. I do all the talking. I stayed quiet on that one, it didn't help. Myers with a rebound on miss, and she walked down into the right block.
That's unfortunate there. You know, that was a good job by Reagan Myers coming in for the offensive rebound and then just turning her right back over.
Well, that was 7 minutes and 10 seconds from Polzinski during the second quarter. She comes out, and Maddie Wilson will come back in with 45 seconds left, and Hermiston down by 4. Wilson picks up Mira. Round a high pick from Duarte. Circles around, and a blocking foul on Wilson. She just picked up her third. 8th team foul, so Allison Mira is at the line with a 1-and-1 opportunity. And Wilson's stay was brief. She has to come back out. Alyssa Green for the first time, the 5'4" senior. Mira, righty shooter, misses off to the right, and the rebound tipped into the hands of Jaslyn Romero. Down the near sideline, she'll fly. Slows up, dribbles to the top of the key, circles all the way into the left corner, hands off to Green. Green, back into the corner, ball tipped, ends up stolen, picked up by Wynn. Wynn, ball rolls up court to Morris, down into the left corner. Mira for three, back iron off. Thomas in traffic, goes tumbling to the floor, gives it up, and it's rebounded by Bankifer after a miss. She fouled again. Oh my goodness, 25 seconds of what? Stand by for what? 10.7 seconds left in the second quarter. The foul went against Jaslyn Romero, her first. 9th team foul. And Mira, no, check that. This is Bankifer, makes the first foul shot. And she'll have one more go as well. 26-20, 10 seconds left. Romero will jog it into the front court. Slows up at half court, lobs near side to Green, gets it back, 3 seconds left. Long three, nothing but the bottom of the net, holds the right hand in the air as it swishes through and cuts the Clackamas lead down to 3 as the teams head to the locker room. Clackamas 26, Hermiston 23. Romero hits the Bulldogs' 4th three-pointer of the contest as they race into the locker room, down by just 1 bucket. Coming up in the Tom Denchel Ford Country halftime show when we come back in 2 minutes, we have a special guest joining us. That's after this on AM 1360 KOHU. I got it.
Honestly, I think it might be Salish Kootenai. That's what I would go with.
Okay.
All right, we're back at Hermiston High School. We're going to do something a little goofy here for the purposes of the HSD TV, where they stream our broadcast here so fans can watch the video as well. But we have a halftime guest joining us, and Jansen Edmiston back at Hermiston. Holiday break time.
Yes.
Excited about the camera pointed at us.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah.
All right, so what do you think? 26-23 at half, down by 3. How are you feeling right now?
I'm thinking it's a good game. Honestly, I'm seeing some good effort out there. I think that's all it takes is confidence and effort.
So you get a couple of days off. It looks like you were playing last night, 102-35. Salish Kootenai.
Yeah.
Something along those lines. You guys win up there at Lewis Clark.
Yep.
How's the season at this point?
We're 10-2. So I think we're 6th in national rankings. So we were 2nd, but we're 6th now. We are definitely a young team. We have 6 freshmen, and I'm a sophomore. So 7 of our 12 players are underclassmen.
In this blowout win last night, 19 points, 8 assists. So
Yes.
you found yourself a role here in your sophomore season.
Yes, I'm so glad I found it, honestly. Like, I'm back in my starting position. My confidence is here this year. Last year it wasn't really there last year. Now it's back.
So what is the transition like? If you think back to last year, going from the high school game to the college game?
Going from high school to college, definitely a lot quicker, a lot tougher, mentally, physically, and you're juggling life away from home, living in a dorm your freshman year. I'm in an apartment now, so that's a lot more calming. I'm not a dorm person. So, you have to be tough mentally. That's a big part of college, mental toughness.
Jansen Hermiston with us here on the Tom Mitchell Ford Country halftime show as the Bulldogs trail 26-23 at the half. So now into your sophomore year, what was the big thing you had to do in between freshman year and sophomore year to get more comfortable, to get that starting spot, to be where you're at?
Honestly, you got to shed your distractions, and I'm just so much happier, stress-free this year. I don't know what it is, but there's my stress is gone, and I just do what makes me happy outside of sports, and it just leads to confidence, I guess, in the game.
How long do you get to be home? How long's the break?
I get to stay until the 27th.
And
Practice is at 6 p.m. on the 27th.
And then right back at it, number 6 right now in the country at Lewis Clark. We appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
Jansen could see me coming up to her there as we were getting ready for the start of the game, so she knew she was going to get pulled into something. Jansen Hermiston with us. It's halftime, 26-23. The Bulldogs trailing the Clackamas Cavaliers by 3. We'll be back in 2 minutes on the Tom Mitchell Ford Country halftime show on AM 1360 KOHU. From what? Well, if we're getting real technical, you might have to get a light to light it up. Right. Good, how are you?
Good.
Do you have it? Is it on there? What date is it?
It starts on the 7th. The 7th, 14th, and 20th. Like a 3-night series thing. 6 to 8. Like beginners are 6 to 7.
In the Old West Federal Credit Union broadcast booth, it's the Tom Mitchell Ford Country halftime show. Eric Olson, Sunday Libby with you at the half. The Hermiston girls trail number 2 ranked Clackamas 26-23. Often here at these games supporting her girls who are part of the softball program and just girls who are part of the high school in general. Kate Greeno, the head coach of the Hermiston softball team, with us. Coming up in January, there's a series of clinics. I wanted you to talk a little bit about what's going on. Well, how are you first off?
I'm doing good. I love to come out and watch the girls play.
I guess at Marist was the last time we talked on the radio, and so tell us a little bit about the off season. What were some of the goals to get accomplished?
We left Marist with a little bit of a sour thought in our mouth. We weren't ready for the season to end, but they went on to win the state championship and were a fantastic team. But it left the girls feeling a little bit hungry and had a lot of girls working hard, playing on travel ball teams this fall, and just putting in the extra work in the weight room and in the speed department, and really doing the little things they can to try and get better for the big part of the spring.
All right, so these clinics coming up in January, what's going on?
We have a 3-series pitching clinic coming up for the Hermiston community, and anyone's welcome, but each night we'll have an individual focus. So the first night we're going to talk about just the fundamentals of fastballs and how to develop young players, and my pitchers will be there from the high school program demonstrating, because that's something they do every day in their workouts. You never can get tired of that or too good for that. Our second day on the 14th will be more of a strength component. So hopefully my goal is that the student athletes will be able to learn some skills that they can do during February and March before their season really takes off. That will help them develop that strength. And then the third day on the 28th is devoted to the mental aspect of pitching, because I think we spend a lot of time with the fundamentals, and that 4th or 5th inning when things get hard, we kind of struggle with what that next piece is. And so again, I'll have my student athletes going there, but just learning how to fight and push when you've seen that batter that second or third time. So we offer a lot of different things on the 3 days, but really just trying to develop our local student athletes and anyone supportive in the area that would like to get better.
How does somebody sign up for it?
They can register through this athletic office at the high school, or you can go ahead and email me. My email address is on the registration form that will be posted on the Little League website and through our local ASA program, or you can call the high school and they'll get you in the right direction as well.
Thanks, Kate.
Thank you.
Kate Greeno, head coach of the Hermiston softball team. Here at the half, the Bulldogs trail the Clackamas Cavaliers 26-23. Hits any team stats that come out to you, Sonny?
Yeah, like I said, we were talking earlier about Hermiston being pretty lucky to be in this game. 19 turnovers already in this game for Hermiston compared to just 4 for Clackamas. Hermiston started shooting the ball a lot better, and Clackamas started relying upon some outside shooting. But Hermiston's doing very well rebounding, 22 rebounds in the game already to 11.
Allison Mira will drive the lane right side high off the glass and gets her first points of the contest with that bucket to open up the second half. You got to figure that Corey Landl had a little bit of a talking for the 3-0 Clackamas Cavaliers coming into tonight. Romero flings one into the right corner. Nobody's there. Saved in by Bankifer. Picked up by James for Clackamas. Lobs it up to Mira. Mira leaves it for Bankifer. Cutting left side. She's bumped and fouled by Wilson. And Maddie Wilson, who had some great energy for Hermiston early on in the game, has picked up her 4th foul of the contest. While a lot of the first half discussion was about potential foul trouble for the Clackamas Cavaliers, Kalani Hayes and C.R. James, both on the floor here to start the second half, have 3 fouls. They're out there along with Ellie Bankifer, who just made the first foul shot. Bree Fiacama, and Allison Mura, who we said made the first bucket. 2 for 2 trip to the line for Bankifer. And she has 8. 30-23. Quick start for the Cavaliers. Back out to a 7-point advantage. Thompson gives up to Palzinski, who came into the game because of Maddie Wilson's 3rd foul. Thompson blocked by James. It's out. Check that. It was Hayes who blocked it on the Thompson shot attempt on the baseline.
You're probably going to see Palzinski in for this whole 3rd period, Eric, because that'll be her 5th quarter of the night, and that's all she can have.
Into Palzinski, and she traveled on the inbound pass. Palzinski out there along with Sydney Stephanie, Jaslyn Romero, Hannah Thompson, and Jordan Thomas. A minute into the third quarter, 30-23 is the lead for Clackamas. Mira, hesitation and drive, kicks left corner, back of her. Couldn't quite size herself up for a three-point shot. Stepped through, traveled. Called by Dana Reese, working with Tanner Mink and Jay Marlowe out of the Blue Mountain Officials Association. 6:50 on the clock in the third quarter. And a 30-23 lead for the Cavaliers. Bounce pass far sideline to Stephanie. Whips it back up top to Romero. Fakes a pass inside and back to Stephanie. Back and forth they go. Bounce into the foul line. Paulzinski kicks. Left wing three for Thompson. Back iron up. Paulzinski open rebound put back. And that cuts the Clackamas lead to 5. Absolutely nobody blocked out. Then nobody got back on the other end. Yakima will come all the way down the floor and get her first points of the game with her lay-in. 32-25. Ball tipped out of bounds by Fiacama on the near sideline into the Hermiston bench. That's where the Bulldogs will inbound. Paulzinski. Basket the last time down for Hermiston. She's standing at the foul line. 2-3 defense for Clackamas. Thompson. Skip pass. Stephanie on the right wing. Stephanie back up top to Romero. Bounce into Paulzinski at the foul line. She'll spin and drive against James. Righty flip shot up off the glass. Rolls out into the hands of Hayes. Hayes will turn, fling it up court far side. Mira hesitates, catches left side layup. No. Thompson has it tipped out of her hands. Back to Mira. Up top to James. Rolls into the lane. Hayes floats it in. 16 points for Kalani Hayes, the junior. Leads all scorers in this game. 34-25 Clackamas on the bucket. Down to the floor, Romero keeps the possession. Paulzinski fouled from behind, and it's Mira with the reach-in foul. First on Clackamas, second on Mira. Thompson will inbound in front of the Hermiston bench to Romero. 2-3 zone right now for the Cavaliers. Again to the foul line for Paulzinski. Back out to Romero. Near sideline, Thompson. Paulzinski in the lane. Has to get it somewhere. Up top of the key. Romero rounded up. Paulzinski rebound. Put back and lays it in. Paige Paulzinski makes it 34-27 in favor of Clackamas. 5:10 on the clock, third quarter. Mira leaves it to a trailing Hayes. Hayes with 16. Jab step drives, loses it out of bounds off of her last, and maybe Charlie Horse looks to be the ailment for Kalani Hayes. She grabbed her right thigh.
Yeah, she ran full steam into a very well set and good job of defense by Jordan Thomas.
Romero brings it into the front court, bounces near sideline to Thompson, down to Thomas on the baseline. Thomas will drive in, fouled by James on her way to the hoop, and James just picked up number 4. Both teams with foul trouble. And Savannah Duarte, the senior post, is called down from the end of the bench to replace Ciara James after Jordan Thomas takes the first of her 2 foul shots. Just a single point in the first half. And it was at the foul line. Misses the front end. She is now 1 of 3 from the charity stripe. Paulzinski comes out to get a rest, and Reagan Myers, the senior, will come in for her. Missed off to the right. No whistle. That, I don't think, hit any rim, but Mira's got it racing down. Tipped by Stephanie. Near sideline. Picked up by Fiacama. Fiacama traveled across the lane.
Whoa. Maybe a bit of a break that time.
Maybe a push for Hermiston, but it was whistled as a walk. And with 4:40 left in the third quarter, it's 34-27 in favor of Clackamas. Their 1-3-1 zone look now. Down under the baseline for Thomas. Lobs it up top. It's tipped. Stephanie chases it down against Fiacama. Back pass to Hannah Thompson. Spins away from the defense. Down to the baseline. Stuck there. Back out to Romero. Romero to Thompson. Left corner. 3-ball. Rounded out into the hands of Duarte. And then Duarte is tripped, and Thomas took Duarte down. Not purposely. She just slipped and fell into the back of Duarte's leg. And the foul will be on Jordan Thomas. Her third. Her third. Second team foul on Hermiston?
Yes.
Third team foul on her. Second team foul on Hermiston. Mira between the circles, throws it to Duarte, it's poked away, and Pawzinski has the steal. Pawzinski with a full head of steam, slows up in the left wing, and back out to Thompson. To the point guard Romero, she'll hand off to Stephanie. Stephanie near sideline to Thompson. They put Romero in at the foul line now. Right side Pawzinski, back up top to Stephanie. Left side, Thompson for three. Rattles home! Hannah Thompson's third three-pointer of the game. And Hermiston's cut the Clackamas lead down to 4 with 3:38 left in the third quarter. A lot of chasing. Duarte throws it. Hayes catches it, and then she's fouled by Pawzinski. It's the freshman's first third-team foul on Hermiston.
Third team foul.
Fiacama will come out, and Olivia Morris will replace her with 3:30 left in the third period. Clackamas 34, Hermiston 30. Mira running the point position, the junior. Lobs into Hayes, stolen away by Romero. All by herself, racing the other end of the floor. Morris has some speed trying to catch her. Romero beats her to the basket and lays it in. Romero's got 9. Hermiston's deficit is 2. 34-32 with 3 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Into the front court, it is brought by Bankifer. Bankifer, foul on Myers as she tried to poke it away from Duarte.
Unfortunate that's the type of foul that being that far away from the basket and not any pressure being put on the basket. You don't want to try and see somebody go over the shoulder for the steal.
14 foul on Hermiston with 3:02 left in the third quarter. Inbound is tipped by Romero. Romero steals it and weaves across the court to the far sideline. Back out to Stephanie. Stephanie near sideline to Thompson. Thompson to the foul line for Romero. Gives it right back to Thompson. 3-ball left wing. That's off the front iron. Myers tipped it and then coming flying to Hayes is Romero. She can't get it. Hayes gets it up court at the top of the key. Bankifer is fouled. And Paige Pawzinski picks up her second foul. 15 foul on Hermiston. 34-32 in favor of Clackamas with 2:41 left in the third quarter. Bulldogs hosting the number 2 ranked team according to the 6A coaches coming into this week. 2:35, and now Pawzinski called for a third. Just got beat on the wing by Mira. And again, it's the area on the floor where you're committing the foul. For the senior Myers, with the offensive player with her back to the basket out on the wing, and now for Pawzinski, the last two have both been on the perimeter as well, not in a shooting position. Good pass inside. Bankifer shares it with Hayes, who has 18 after the lay-in. 36-32. 2:20 left in the third quarter. Romero will bring it. Bounce pass to the right side for Stephanie. Skips it with a lob over the near sideline. Thompson on the left wing drives baseline, back out, lobs it up top to Romero. Gets it whipped right back to her. Thompson back to Romero. The two will pass back and forth. Skip far sideline to Stephanie. Stephanie catches in front of the standing cheerleaders to the foul line. Pawzinski back out to Romero. She'll drive into the paint. Floater with the right hand is off everything. Myers saves it back in. And Duarte gives near sideline to Hayes. Hayes lobs this up court. Mira catches, spins around. Thompson can't get the layup to go. Pings around off of heads and hands and ends up in Hermiston's possession. Romero lobs to Pawzinski. Finds Stephanie. 95 seconds left in the third quarter. Bulldogs trail 36-32. Stephanie gives far sideline to Romero and right back to Stephanie. Whips it over the near sideline. Thompson tumbling, gets the ball out to Stephanie, and a foul at the free throw line on Duarte. It's the third on Clackamas. And for Duarte, it is her second. With 1:25 left in the third quarter, Jordan Thomas is called back to the scorer's table. And Pawzinski needs a break. Also for Hermiston, Jaden Ray, the 5'7" freshman, will come into the game. Stephanie to inbound on the baseline. With 1:25 left, Ray will replace Romero. You gotta feel like this is one of those possessions. Bulldogs want to get in and take a little time off the clock. Inbound's thrown away. Steal the other direction. We go with Mongeli, and she double dribbled, but couldn't decide decide what she wanted to do because nobody had come out and step up on her. She's so used to, in that fast break, 2-on-1, somebody's supposed to step up on her. Instead, she double dribbled.
Well, it's just on the other side of the court that Stephanie has to get it inbounds. Jordan Thomas standing right in front of her, and she tosses it right in front of her. Jordan doesn't reach for the ball, and it just goes right by her.
Right to Stephanie. Stephanie near sideline gives to Green. Thompson down underneath for Thomas in the lay-in. Jordan Thomas cuts the Clackamas lead back down to 2 with 55 seconds left. It's a 36-34 lead and a three-pointer. Mira rolls in and off the front iron. She has 5, 39-34, create a little bit of separation with the final 40 seconds. Green drives into the lane, flings it up, misses, and the rebound pings out off of Thomas's shoulder. It'll roll out of bounds. Hermiston turnover, gives the ball to Clackamas. 37.2 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Cavaliers looking to add to a 5-point lead before the end of the period. Mira brings it into the front court, dribbles into the right wing, down inside, she'll give, nice turnaround move. Green got isolated against Wynn. Excuse me, Bankifer. Bankifer's got 10 now. Green lobs it over the top of Ray, out of bounds on the far sideline.
And that's the killer in this game, is those, really unforced, throw-in errors like that. You can't try and force it in.
41-34, 10 seconds left. Mira trying to hold for last shot. Will drive down the lane, kick it, Duarte back out to Morris. Morris drives in and hammered by Thomas with 0.6 of a second remaining. Jordan Thomas has committed her 4th foul. She just came in and flew at the 5'5" junior Morris. Yeah, Morris doesn't look too much worse for wear, but the 6'3" post hit her pretty hard. Clackamas is a little better than Hermiston at the foul line. They were 4 of 7 in the first half. Missed the first for Morris off the back iron. 6 of 10 from the charity stripe. Reagan Myers comes back into the scorer's table. Paige Palzinski was racing to the scorer's table, and Juan Rodriguez grabbed her as she went by and said, no, you come back here. Morris makes the second foul shot. She has 3 points. 42-34, that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. Bulldogs have gotten close, but they haven't quite been able to track down the Clackamas Cavaliers. We go to the fourth after this 1-minute break on 1360 KOHU. All right, let's figure out where do we stand on foul shots. One for 5, 2, 3. 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Three of 16?
Yep.
Okay. In your Old West Federal Credit Union broadcast booth, I'm Eric Olson and Sonny Levy. High atop Hermiston High School's Purple Gym, the Bulldogs hosting the Clackamas Cavaliers, ranked number 2 in 6A according to the coaches this week. Number 1 in the RPI, albeit they've only played 3 games. It's too early for that. Romero has her pocket picked by Bankifer on the far sideline. Bankifer in the front court, slowed up by Stephanie. She gets it to Hayes, who has 18 points to lead all scorers. Ellie Bankifer, Kalani Hayes, Allison Mira, Savannah Duarte and Olivia Morris round out the 5 on the floor for Clackamas in the road black uniforms, red numerals and lettering. And Duarte throws it out of bounds on the near sideline into her bench. 33 seconds into the fourth quarter. The Bulldogs tied it at 20, about the halfway point of the second quarter. They trailed by 3 at the half. They got as close as 2 a couple of times in the third quarter, but right now they're down by 8. Hannah Thompson out on the far sideline. Wants to hand it off to Paulzinski. She will. Paulzinski down the left lane, stuck, and she double dribbled.
Yep.
She tried to bounce it out and then realized the pass wasn't going to go far enough, so she touched it again. Double dribbling violation. We'll give it to the Cavaliers.
Well, you know, that comes whenever you got a young player in and nobody else is really moving around to try and help her out.
Right corner, three-pointer for Bankifer. Knocks it off the back iron and in. Bankifer's got 13. And for the Cavaliers, it's just their second three-point shot in the game. At 11 points, their lead is their largest of the game, 45-34. Another turnover and then a foul. And Romero collided with Bankifer just in front of Juan Rodriguez. Romero, the day after, last Tuesday, they went to Cleveland and lost at Cleveland. The Cleveland Warriors coming from behind to beat Hermiston. The next day in practice, Jaslyn Romero came down awkwardly and a little bit of a leg injury, but was able to nurse herself back to health. She winced a little bit on that collision with Bankifer, who makes the first of the 1-and-1. This Hermiston team has been banged up, to say the least. Romero with that ankle injury. Hannah Thompson has had to miss games in her senior season because of a knee injury. Maddie Jewell out right now and for an undetermined amount of time with a knee injury from this summer. She re-aggravated. Stephanie fouled, reach in on Morris, her second. 14th foul on the Cavaliers. Thompson will inbound on the far sideline. And then that's not even to say the younger players in the program. Flipped in over the top of everybody. Banker for the other end. Easy turner and lay-in. Bankifer's got 17, and there's a timeout. 6:19 left in the fourth quarter. Clackamas now at 49-34. Full timeout, we'll take it as well. Back in 60 on AM 1360 KOHU. Clackamas Cavaliers start the fourth quarter on a 10-0 run. They're out in front 49-34 with 6:18 left in the fourth quarter. Jaslyn Romero, Hannah Thompson, Sydney Stephanie, Paige Paulzinski, and Reagan Myers, the 5 on the floor for Hermiston. Paulzinski drives into the foul line and into traffic is tied up. Jump ball possession arrow is for Clackamas. They'll inbound on the near sideline in front of the Hermiston bench. Bulldogs have 2 timeouts remaining. Clackamas has 4 of their 5 timeouts left. Cavaliers are in the bonus. 18 fouls on Hermiston. Kick ball. Duarte stuck her foot out and kicked it up into the glass. Jordan Thomas and Maddie Wilson are back in. These 2 Bulldogs each have 4 fouls. So with 5:57 left in the fourth quarter, Juan Rodriguez says, give me what you got. Romero brings it in the front court, hands off to Wilson. Wilson drives over to the right lane and gives to Thompson. Thompson back to Wilson, right corner. She tries to drive baseline and step out of bounds.
Eric, that's already the 6th turnover in this fourth quarter, and we're only a minute and 15 seconds in. That for Hermiston, that's tough.
5:38 left in the fourth period. It's a 10-0 run to start the quarter for Clackamas. Hayes on the left wing has 18 points, drives baseline to a double team, flips it back out to Mira, kicks into the right corner. Fiacama swishes the three. Fiacama's got 5, 52-34 in favor of the Cavaliers. Thompson drives baseline, stuck, throws it, nobody there, and it's turned over, weaving through traffic. Fiacama rifles a pass up court. Thompson lays out and knocks it down and out of bounds, and Thompson a little bit slow to get back up as Wilson will come over and help her back to her feet. Thompson will come out and Reagan Myers will come in. 5:06 left in the fourth quarter. Out to an 18-point lead for the Cavaliers. Near sideline for Mira. Inside to Hayes. Hayes turns around at the 10 and lays it in. She's got 20 to lead all scorers. And it's a 20-point lead for the Cavaliers. 4:50 left in the fourth quarter. Paulzinski on the near sideline. Up top to Wilson. Wilson holding overhead. She'll put the ball on the floor. And Fiacama reaches in to commit her first foul of the game. 15th foul on Clackamas. Wilson inbound on the baseline, baskets to her left into Thomas. Thomas lobs it up top to Paulzinski. Paulzinski looking left. Now she'll put it on the floor, drive right into the right corner, up to Wilson. Wilson lobs it back to Romero at the top of the key. Has her pocket picked. The ball's flipped out. Romero somehow ends up with it as it super balls off of Thomas into her hands, and Romero lays it in. She's got 11, other end, nobody back, and Duarte has an easy lay-in. Her first points of the game. The Romero bucket did end the run for Clackamas at 15 in a row. But they are leading this quarter now 17-2 at the halfway point of the fourth. Paulzinski on the left wing, drives into the baseline, another turnover. 2-on-1. Mira with Fiacama, tries to leave it. It tops off the hands of Wilson, and Fiacama missed the shot, rebounded by Wilson. She lobs to Romero. Romero, with 3:50 left, will bring it into the front court for Hermiston. Bulldogs trailing 56-36. And Paulzinski throws a pass. Mira has the steal. Mira the other end. Layup line on the left side. Flips it in. 58-36. That one out on the right wing. Somebody spaced when Paulzinski was looking to pass it there, but they went the other way. Ball out of bounds, and Paulzinski throws it away. Paulzinski's going to come out. Stephanie grabs her by the hand and pulls her back to ask who she's got. I think there's a reality that Paige Paulzinski is worn out.
She is. She's tired.
She only has one speed. She's in the sixth gear all the time. And you got to think, she played a couple of quarters there in the JV game too. Blocked by Thomas. And into the hands of Romero for Hermiston. Up court to Maddie Wilson with 3:10 left. Far sideline for Stephanie. Into the right corner for Myers. Myers doesn't have her dribbles. Somebody come get the ball from her. And the 5-second call is.
So that's been the problem all game. Hermiston running around, but nobody's coming to the basketball.
58-36 with 3:02 left in the fourth quarter. This fourth quarter has changed the complexion of this thing. There were 3 good quarters. And then the turnovers have picked up, and Hermiston just kind of getting worn out. Travel there by Hayes. And Clackamas have not been immune to the turnover problems tonight. 2:50 left in the fourth quarter. Their lead, though, is 22. Myers near sideline to Wilson. Down inside to Thomas. Thomas turn around at the 10. Can I get the lane to go? Stephanie rebound, flips it back out to Wilson. Wilson circles into the paint. Righty scoop shot up and rattles home. Maddie Wilson's first point since the first quarter. Missed a lot of the third and the second with foul trouble. Thomas another block. She stuffed Hayes up court to Romero for Hermiston. Romero bounces to Wilson in the left corner. Wilson works into the paint against James and a foul. And Ciara James palms to the sky with a bemused look on her face. She just fouled out of this game. Has not spent much time in this game. 16 foul on Clackamas. James will foul out 4 points. And so Duarte back to the scorer's table to come in for the Cavaliers. Wilson at the line with a chance for a three-point play the old-fashioned way. And Hermiston needs this desperately. They're 3 of 16 from the foul line. And now they're 3 of 17. 2:18 left in the fourth quarter. 58-38 is the score line. Second one off as well, and Hayes will shepherd it out of bounds. Clackamas with the ball. Why did she get 2? Didn't the basket go?
No. Nope, she was fouled.
58-38. 2:12 left in the fourth quarter. And Fiacama has it. Hands off to Mongelli. 2 minutes left. And a double dribble on Mongelli. She drives into the lane, looks over to her coach, who says, I'm not really going to use any of my coaching capital to argue a call up by 20 with 2 minutes left. It did get tipped as she came down the lane. Timeout. 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. She will take one of her 4 remaining timeouts with a 58-38 lead. A 30-second timeout for the Cavaliers, just so the first-year head coach Corey Landolt can talk to the troops here. Mostly reserves in, well, actually it's a good mix of reserves for Clackamas. They're going to host Skyview out of Vancouver on Thursday, and then they're off for the Christmas holiday until the 27th to the 30th, when they, like Hermiston, will be at the Nike Laker Interstate Shootout in Lake Oswego. The last time Hermiston plays in the shootout, I imagine, unless the WIA adds contest dates. They play with 4 less regular season contests, or 4 fewer, the English teacher should say. So with only 4 non-conference games, you don't really have time. Thomas from Myers lays it in. To finish the thought, you don't really have a lot of time to play non-conference games. That's why this past week they've been playing up in the Mid-Columbia Conference against each other. In fact, there's a full slate of games going on tonight. The only one off the top of my head I can pull in is Southridge is at Richland. 90 seconds left. 58-40, down to the lane, and Wynn throws it off the bottom of the iron. Rebounded by Myers, up court to the right side. Thompson thought about a 3, closed out well by Duarte, up to Myers. Reagan Myers dribbles it out, and the ball is poked out. Wynn and Wilson were in the vicinity. Wynn apparently touched it last. Minute 12 left, 58-40 is the scoreline. Myers inbound on the near sideline, right in front of her bench. Lobs it into Thomas, catches past Duarte. Thomas right block, no, pokes it back up to the rim. Duarte has it off the bottom of the rim and flips it to Wynn, who will walk it up the court. A minute left in the contest, 58-40. Wynn whips it to Mongelli, left wing. Down to the corner to Hayes. She'll give it back up top to Mongelli. Mongelli, check this, Wynn coming to her right, hands off to Fiacama. 45 seconds remaining. Fiacama will spin around against Stephanie, clear some space, and get a new 5-second count. Thompson kind of looking for a foul, and now Hannah Thompson will get the foul, and it was against Wynn. Megan Wynn gets to go to the line, and she gets to shoot a 1-and-1 opportunity. That's the 19th foul on Hermiston.
Hannah Thompson, her second personal foul.
And for Hannah Thompson, it's her second. 39 seconds remaining. Wynn makes Why is she taking another one?
Jordan.
Was there a lane violation?
Yeah,
Okay.
Jordan came in early. And they're going to do it again. Oh,
No, they'll give her at that time, so she gets another one.
yep.
She had wandered away. Duarte had wandered away. Sub for Clackamas. We will see Maddie Filler for the first time. A 5'10 junior. And now Wynn will shoot again. That one rattles out. Thomas with the rebound for Hermiston. Stephanie has it on the far sideline, flings it up court to Wilson. Wilson kicks right wing. Thompson for three, around and out. Rebound, put back. Thomas on the right block. Thomas has 5, 24 seconds remaining, 59-42. And Stephanie fouls Wynn in the front court. And Stephanie picks up her third foul, 10th team foul. Megan Wynn gets 2 shots this time, double bonus. Hermiston at West Valley on Friday. Now for us, this is our final play-by-play broadcast on KOHU in 2017. I had early aspirations of the final day of the Lake Oswego tournament, but I don't think that's in the cards now. Wynn does make the second of her 2 foul shots, 60-42. It matches almost matches last year's score. Last year was 62-40. Thompson muscles her way into the lane, lobs out to Wilson. Wilson hesitates to the right side. Maddie Wilson is blocked and rebounded by Mongelli, who lobs it up court into the hands of Kyle Wetzel, and that's going to bring us to the end of the contest. 60-42, Clackamas, the number 2 team in the state of Oregon, picks up the 18-point victory here at Hermiston High School. We're back with your Sway Motors post-game show when we return in 2 minutes on AM 1360 KOHU.